Hi there, Dead Ideal Boy here, back with another video on the channel, and this time we're in Daily Race B. It's at Monza and it's a top split lobby, A+ drivers galore and some really quick guys up ahead. We've got Mohammed and Dino leading the pack. Those guys are FIA top split drivers, so we're going to have a real hard time in this lobby trying to make our way forward. We've also got Scotty Senior in front of us, who was live streaming this race at the time, so there was the additional pressure of having to perform in front of quite a few people watching the channel. And yeah, if you're not familiar with Scotty Senior, then check out his channel. He really does provide some fantastic entertainment. He also provides some really good racing as well as some amazing trash talk, so this guy will try and put you off if you are in front of him. He will flash his lights, he will weave his car, he'll do everything. So we've got that to contend with, as well as the fact that we are also in what appears to be the wrong car. So we managed to survive turn 1, which is a start, but we are in the Beetle and everybody up ahead is in the WRX. Granted, these two cars are the current two meta cars of Gran Turismo 7. However, you know, one is slightly quicker at this track than the other, and the WRX is really the car for the race. I wasn't really that sure. I'd been so used to driving the Beetle for the past couple of weeks that I naturally just jumped into it, set a qualifying time, and lo and behold, found everybody else in the WRX. So anyway, to the race. We've survived the first few corners of lap 1. We're now on to the long straight and we are still in touch with Scotty in P5. We've got Gamer Turismo, the Greek, behind us. He was, I think, serving a, well, I think he had a penalty, so I wasn't too worried about him catching us coming down here, although he isn't far behind. I think I'll take a quick look back and see that he does have a penalty. There we are. And up ahead though, we are losing touch. We've lost the slipstream of the pack in front, and that's not great. So positives, we've survived the opening lap, but we have lost the slipstream. So we're kind of in a bit of no man's land here, and we're going to need to basically drive really well to try and make any inroads into this race. However, all is not lost, because Monza can throw up some interesting developments and hopefully we can get some action up ahead that will help us as the race progresses. So going back into turn 1, again, you've got to watch the track limits here. They're really sensitive. If you get anything close to your left hand tyres on the curb, you will get a half second or a 1 second penalty. And also coming down here, you're going to come into the chicane. Now this is a difficult section of the track, because if you don't get the braking point right, you will go deep, which I did do in the first lap. I do it a little bit better here, but you've also got to be really mindful of those track limits, and you can see we're really quite careful over that, but we do make a little bit of headway into the lead in front, so we can still just about see them. We can still just about consider us in the race. But here, coming out here, we just lose a little bit by going a little bit wide. Just cost us a little bit of traction. You can see the delta there. It's coming down, the car behind catching us slightly, the cars in front getting away from us slightly. So yeah, we're in a bit of a difficult situation in terms of we do need to attack, but we also need to watch, because the cars behind are obviously going to try and seize on any mistake we make. But if you cut forward to the start of the third lap, you can see up ahead though, all 5 cars in front of us are still in one big pack, and they're all going round the first chicane. I mean, I don't know how they all survived that, but somebody's going to get a penalty, and it's Scotty who is the unfortunate victim. So he picks up a 1 second penalty, but the good thing is, if you look at that delta, it's now come back down. We're almost within slipstream range, and the fact that these 5 are all so tightly bunched, it's going to cause, surely, them to come back towards us. And you can see there, Scotty just going a little bit wide, the Italian behind him getting a little bit loose as well. So, you know, they're going to have a little battle. We're going to try and capitalise on that, and you can see we've taken a second off of them just by keeping our noses clean through the first sector of the track and now onto the long back straight. And you can see now we're well and truly within the slipstream. We've managed to gap the car behind, keep them safely at bay, so this has worked out really, really well for us. So started, and remember, we're still in the P6 that we started in, but we're starting to smell an opportunity, as nobody's really got away because of the amount of battling there, as the wireless controller tells me the level is low. Wireless controllers for the PS5, they're absolutely abysmal. They are shocking, the battery quality. Anyway, I digress. Scotty serving his penalty there for his horrendous track cut at the first turn, and now we've got the Italian. He's going to go a little bit wide there, and I don't know if he realises just how poor a choice of car he is now in, but the Beetle is certainly a match for the Corvette at the moment. So coming down into turn 1 again, are we going to make a move? We're going to have a little look. We're going to make sure he knows that we're thinking about it, try and put him off a little bit as we go into the braking zone. We're not going to make the move though, we're just going to play it nice and cool, and he gets almost the back end, almost just sort of escaped on him there, but fair play, he managed to catch it. So there are so many turns and corners in this track that really depend on some good traction and getting a good smooth exit, and you know, that's really what we're trying to focus on now as we go right in here. We're going to just try and get the drive on out here. He's getting a little bit out of shape, so I've got the feeling at this point that we've got the pace now, that he's been sort of spooked by his incidents, and you can see there that he's putting his left hand hazard light on, indicator or blinker if you're watching this in America, but I think I was trying to work out what he was telling me here. Did he want me to overtake on the left? I think that's what he was trying to tell me to do, and we're going to oblige. We're going to go for the move now, down into the final chicane, and here we go. Drop it in a second, make the move, and you can see behind us that Scotty is now well and truly back in the race, and the Italian has actually just binned it. So he is now out of the race. We're going to give Scotty behind us a little wiggle, another little wiggle, just to let him know that we know he's there, that we know that he's live streaming this, that we know he's trying to put me off with everything that he's got. A little bit of trash talk, a little bit of a light flash from him. All of these things are tactics that this man will use in his desperate bid to gain any sort of a position. I say this though, it's all good natured. He's an absolutely lovely bloke, so check him out if you get the chance. So last lap, can we do this? Can we get 4th or better, considering we started 6th in a very tough lobby? It was our first race of the night. These guys have all been up to speed, well, certainly appeared to be compared to me. They were all in a faster car as well, other than the Italian, who was brave enough to go in the Corvette. So not much in it at the moment. We've got half a second, and this is going to be a couple of crucial corners here as we try and just make sure we don't pick up any silly penalties. Always a little bit of a heart in your mouth moment coming over those curbs, making sure you keep your car within the track limits, and powering out 4th gear. Don't want to go too wide, don't want to lose any momentum again here, and braking nice and early. You hit that apex so you can get the early drive out the corner, and you can see there we've opened up a nice gap, 9/10ths now, and he's also picked up a penalty, so we give him another little wiggle just to say we know we've got this in the bag. We're confident now we can do the job, finish it off as we come round here and almost lose it, but we managed to save it, managed to hang on. Again, we're going to drift wide, and you can see how close Scotty is now as he tries to make a move, but he's got that penalty, so we've got the benefit of that in mind, and you can see him dropping back in the radar there. But the Gamer Turismo's coming now. He's got a lot of momentum on us, so we're not clear yet, we're not out of the woods. We need to make sure we take this turn nice and tight, and we do. Powering out in 4th, making sure we don't go too wide, and we're going to come across the line, and we're going to do a little bit of a handbrake turn just to celebrate it. Why not? And it seemed a few people had the same idea as they also performed little handbrake turns, so delighted with that. A good 4th place finish. We managed to win the battle of YouTube, if you want to look at it that way, between myself and Scotty. I'm sure he will appreciate that. But yeah, if you enjoyed the race, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed any of the content, then please hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button, you know you want to, why not? doesn't cost you anything. So until the next one, I will see you all again, and have a very, very good week. Goodbye.